Hello, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. As you can see, we're saging a little bit. Get us in the groove. All right, let's see. Which zodiac sign are we reading for? Sagittarius, all right. I actually wanted to do Sagittarius, so that's awesome. All right, Sagittarius. Let's see if we can get a little extra light. There we go. The shapeshifter coming out right out the gate. Interesting. There's a tiger there. I'm seeing a lot of tiger imagery yesterday in the readings as well. Like a fisheye there. Let's grab a Sabian symbol to get us on the right track. Sagittarius energy. Something about a pearl. We saw a pearl in your reading yesterday, and it's coming up on the bottom of the deck. There's a pearl right there. So, Sagittarius. And I just realized, well, YouTube reminded me that it's my channel's 1 year. So that's interesting. Great timing, I think. Let's see. Messages for Sag. We have Capricorn 16. We have Libra 14. Let's see. Alrighty, so let's start with Libra 14. In the heat of the noon, a man takes a siesta. So there could be a need to, especially with all this action energy of Aries, all this red, all this gold that we're seeing a lot in your readings. There could be a need to slow down at times, definitely, right? One should rest when it is time to rest and act when it is time to act. So there could be something about not pushing yourself unnecessarily, but also not being too complacent either. Something about timing, using your instincts to sense the right time to do something. Timing is really important here. I actually wanted to mention that, and I didn't until this Sabian symbol. But yeah, something about timing, like maybe you don't see why timing is important or something like that. Did you sleep well? No, I made a couple of mistakes. Stephen Wright. Wasting time is an important part of living. So yeah, make sure that you have that time for rest. Make sure that you are resting well. If you're sleeping well, then it's probably you're doing quite well, right? If you're not sleeping that well, maybe there's issues that you have to deal with. I'm seeing 222 as I said that, so maybe something about Taurus or Virgo energy. Sometimes the most urgent and vital thing you can possibly do is take a complete rest. And that's important because you don't always get those opportunities to do that, right? So take a rest. A field that is rested gives a beautiful crop. In Japan, employees occasionally work themselves to death. It's called karoshi. I don't want that to happen to anybody in my department. The trick is to take a break as soon as you see a bright light and hear dead relatives beckon. So yeah, make sure that you do have time to take that rest. You can commune with your ancestors. It can be receptive to messages. I like work. It fascinates me. I can sit and look at it for hours. I love to keep it by me. The idea of getting rid of it nearly breaks my heart. Interesting. So maybe there's something about making sure you're not working yourself out of position, or maybe you're working too hard that you just get more work. It's giving that quote of like, when you realize you're too good at your job and your only reward is just more work, right? Follow effective action with quiet reflection. Interesting. Follow effective action with quiet reflection. So there's a need to pace yourself, pull back. From the quiet reflection will come even more effective action. Exactly right. So let's see keywords. Meditation, the need to take time out. Sleep apnea or other sleep disorders. Midday rushes. Recuperating or laziness. Hammocks. Long lunch hours. Rejuvenations. Making sure you're taking longer lunches maybe. To rest, not to eat maybe. Or you could eat too. Rejuvenation, knowing when to call a halt. Taking breaks, looking after one's health, tiredness and yawning, hot and demanding days leading to inertia or exhaustion, and dreams and fantasies. The caution: wasting time, being disinterested in things, losing energy or interest when one should be at the peak of activity or achievement, refusing to take a break, going past the bounds of what should be done, working so hard that one is forced to stop through exhaustion or ill health, always being on the go while others sit back and enjoy, losing one's grip on reality, unwinding after toil or trouble, and withdrawal. So 414 was on the timer, right, on the video, and then also on the page it added to 14. So 14 could be really relevant here, which is about strong foundations, good emotions, good sleep, good rest, everything like that. Let's see what we have for Capricorn 16. A school ground filled with boys and girls in a gymnasium suits. Okay, they call it physical education, but it feels like a gym to me. Anatomy is destiny, Sigmund Freud. The only reason I would take up jogging is so that I could hear heavy breathing again. Interesting. So meditation, breathing exercises could be important as well. A school without football is in danger of deteriorating into a medieval study hall. Interesting. So there is a need to like move the body, to dance, things like that. Developing muscular coordination, sexual energy, attraction or satisfaction, playing, marching, competition, rivalry, singing songs of unity, new anthems for the young, the search for identity, being able to accomplish things on the physical level, physical fitness, uniforms and uniformity, gymnasiums, exercise equipment, conscription, being one of many, learning how to get along with the opposite sex, bodybuilding, level playing fields. The caution, physical showing off for sexual attention, relationships based purely on physical or sexual attraction, having to do things that one isn't capable of physically doing and not joining in. This could be about work or the Virgo energy that we're seeing a little bit. All right, so let's see what else we can get for general tarot reading for Sagittarius. Maybe we'll pull a few. Yeah, feel guided to the animal deck. I enjoy this deck for sure. Actually, let's get some of this. I feel like we didn't pull this yesterday for you guys. Something about like snakeskin, fish scales. Maybe you're eating seafood or something like that could be relevant. Something about party, like hanging out with girls specifically or enjoying music could also be important, like drinks, dancing, relaxing. Also, runes could be important, like, what do you call those, sigils? Sagittarius. Oh, we also have Aquarius 24 that's just out there, so maybe there's some messages in there. Let's see. Aquarius. Man is a creation of desire, not a creation of need. Men at 40 learn to close softly the doors to rooms they will not be coming back into. It is with our passions as it is with the fire and water. They are good servants but bad masters. It is vain to hope to please all alike. Let a man stand where his face, in what direction he will. He must necessarily turn his back on one half of the world. The heart is wiser than the intellect. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. To understand the world, one must not be worrying about oneself. Life must be lived in curiosity, kept alive. One must never, for whatever reason, turn his back on life. And man is only truly great when he acts from his passions. Interesting. Maybe this is somebody external to you. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. I feel like it's not really connecting to your reading. I feel like it could have came out maybe during a different reading, or maybe it probably came out during this reading. But I feel like the fact that it didn't come out with the other ones could mean this is an external person to you. Spirit guides, interesting. Sagittarius, people and placements. Yeah, something about timing is really important, like not forcing anything prematurely. Trust divine time, just as we said that. Yeah, look at that clock with the butterflies, transformation. There could be big changes as well. The third eye, we noticed that a lot in your reading yesterday, I believe. Karma, justice, balance. So there could be like a rebalancing here. You could have Libra placements. Anything else for Sag? Nostalgia in the reverse. You could be moving beyond memories, beyond nostalgia, beyond beyond past familiar patterns or things that repeat. Yeah, you could be keeping this quiet, or there could be something about communication like Gemini patterns or something, chemistry, passion. This could be somebody new that you're talking to. Interesting. There could be something you're wrapping up or you need to finish or you need to learn about your relationships. Something about blending in with your surroundings, or it's interesting, like look at this card that we pulled for you. It also has the third eye kind of focus there, right? Ghost, spirits, the Joker, Heath Ledger could be relevant. Third eye. I think he had Aries placements, and we are Aries season. Third eye. Wow. Just as we mentioned all this stuff about the eyes, right? Anything else for Sag? I'll pull some Egyptians, I think. Yeah, this could be somebody around you. I think you're coming into a level of fullness. You could be dealing with a twin flame situation. There's some kind of stability, though, and love coming in for you, I think. Interesting energy. Yeah, you're like letting go of the past. Okay. Alrighty then. Actually, they're kind of guiding me to this deck now. Sagittarius. Okay. Spider, you got that yesterday. Sagittarius energy. Maybe casting a web and letting it leave. Yeah, voices. Interesting. 42. Encouragement and inner knowing. Voices surround us, but we have to listen carefully. So maybe taking that time out to rest, because spirits do talk, and then do we hear them? Is that, they're standing right beside you, they're talking to you, but do you hear them? The powers speak to us in so many different ways, encouraging us as we travel along our path. The powers speak to us in many different ways. There is a voice that can be found in the plants, the animals, the colors, the shapes, the winds, the rains. There is clues offering us guidance and encouragement. clues, right? There's something about being a detective here, like looking clearly, like with magnifying glass, right? With the eye, offering us guidance and encouragement as we make our way back to the true self. Encouragement and guidance, beautiful. Spirit speaks to us in symbols and signs, say faint sounds and subtle cues. Um, subtle subtle cues, right? Faint sounds, signs, and symbols and subtle cues. Our wise ancestors knew this. They knew everything has something to say for those who know how to listen, not just with their ears, but their entire body, mind, and soul. This card has come to you as a reminder to listen to guidance offered by spirit through your environment. One of the best ways to connect is go into nature and ask a question to the wind and listen for the answer. Perhaps a plant suddenly moves or something floats on the wind in front of your face. These are all signs from spirit to you. Ask your question and wait for the answers that be to answer. Be open. So this is like asking for a symbol. You could do that. Like if it's yes, show me an elephant. If it's no, show me a giraffe, right? Be open-minded about the ways the answer appears. Look for synchronicities or consistent signs that will come together to tell a story. Something is a sign if you feel a connection to it. No matter how silly it seems, trust in your ability to receive the language of spirit and the powers that be see this and offer more to you. Interesting. Okay, 11 minutes now as we begin the next section. We have Witch on the bottom of the deck as well, as you can see. Let's dive in a little deeper. Okay, let's pull an Egyptian. Any messages for Sag? Wow, stability and equilibrium, Horus, number 9. Beautiful. Renewal on the bottom. Any runes for Sagittarius energies? We have Ansu's. It's kind of popping out, so let's see what that's about. Divine guidance, inspiration, and communication, often associated with deities, and the concept of the breath of the gods. It symbolizes the flow of knowledge and wisdom from the spiritual to the mortal world. That's beautiful. Divinity or gods. So you're working with deities, you're working with gods. You can notice certain gods or deities are reaching out to you as well. Signs and symbols, for example, that are associated with certain deities. So making offerings, working with them, being respectful, learning about them, etc., can really help at this time. Interesting. Yeah, there's something about cleansing. Yeah, we see the water here. Something is happening with divine time, going with the flow, going with the seasons, you know. Interesting reading. I don't want to make this too long. Let's just get you some actions, actually. Let's just get you actions. Sagittarius's actions, please. Any advice for our beautiful, lovely Sagittarius people and placements that you'd like them to understand or act upon as their next steps? Coming out of sadness, right? 5 of Cups in the reverse. This is about healing. This is about surrendering, purging, letting go. Being happy, finding happiness, prioritizing happiness. We have the Hermit here with the beautiful sun. So there is something about fulfillment on your own at this time, not around other people. There's something about pulling away from others so that you can gain this insight. And we know praying mantises are not quick-moving creatures. They might be quick, you know, at that moment of striking, but up to that moment, they are quite calculated and slow, I believe. So there could be something about like kind of like the crocodile in the water, right? Very steady, very measured. So maybe praying mantis spirit animal could be coming through for you guys as well, and could be a message that you might want to look into on YouTube. Yeah, there's something about like being aggressive in a pursuit of something, maybe, or yeah, strong Scorpio energy, which is really interesting. Strong intuition at this time as well is what I want to say. There's a gateway here. It's giving high priestess energy here too. It's like the high priestess is hidden, right? There's something about keeping things hidden or only accessing things that are in the dark or yeah. Okay. Let's see if we have any last animal messages maybe for Sagittarius. Messages, advice, and guidance and love for Sagittarius energies. Okay, I'm going to see what 50 in the reverse could mean. Others may not be as far along as you are on your journey. When Stag appears in the protection position, you're called to be compassionate and patient as you find yourself leading the way. When others struggle to follow, they may be unsure you can be trusted, challenging you to be kind and strong, challenging your value and questioning your worth. Interesting. So maybe you're getting some kind of opposition and you need to make sure that you have your boundaries, that you understand who you are. Know that Spirit has put you in this place at this time for a purpose and will not abandon you when you need help with your new responsibilities. So you're coming into power, you're coming into that authority. There is just a need to balance these things and keeping yourself stable. You have to stay connected to spirit, or perhaps you're actually uncomfortable with leading and might temporarily be trapped by your small self and therefore promoting yourselves too strongly, afraid that others might see weakness or imperfection. I'm not getting that vibe here, honestly. Let go of your fears. Let Stag Spirit remind you that you can have what it takes to lead wisely and ethically if you practice self-honesty and listen to others who wish to support you. 11 adds up to the page number, and trust in the magic. 66, White Raven Spirit here as well. Nothing in the universe is random, for the intricate web of co-creation weaves everything together, all events, and has done so since the beginning of time. Coincidences have meaning, and the White Raven appears to remind you to pay attention to the synchronicities so that you can recognize patterns. Even the winds dance in a pattern, participating in the magic of Spirit's plan for all. Align with the highest good and intentions, and you come to see that White Raven is guiding you and an ally to you and a messenger from Spirit. Align with the light, and you start to recognize that all is working together harmoniously in ways the eye cannot always see and the mind can't always comprehend. So this is where your third eye comes in. The universe is conspiring on your behalf right now, drawing you to the light and bringing you the magic and miracles that are your birthright. Now is the time to trust in the magic of the world that is everywhere in all things. Pay attention to how things come together as if by magic, and you see the great hand of Spirit arranging things in your favor. This could be about a sense of leadership or something about work. Could be relevant, give and take dynamics and sex, perhaps dating. Messages for Sagittarius. We have stopped letting your guards down. So there is a need to protect yourself. This could be like a repetitive cycle that you continuously repeat in your relationships. Thirsty in the reverse. Interesting. Maybe being less thirsty or less like, maybe having more boundaries could be important, right? Forgive and let go energy work. So interesting. So that you could be like maybe repeating patterns because you're still connected to storylines, or there could be like energetic cords that need cutting. Something about the police could be important, or cops, or that's interesting. I just watched a music video that had a cop in it. So Sagittarius energies. Seer, you could be a seer. You could also have Capricorn placements trying to make you shut up. So somebody's scared of your thoughts, scared of your ideas, scared of your clarity. Ukobak is a demon or spirit that could be relevant here as well. New food ideas. You could be eating in a better way, or eating in a new way or fashion, eating in a different way. Anything else? Sagittarius energies. Or that could be helpful, right? Sagittarius, to make you have more energy, cleaner eating, etc. Don't be hard on yourself, I think. Okay. And the darkness is being repelled. Okay. So the more that you connect with the light, the more that cleanses your life. Have space to make your own decisions. Yeah, have space, right? I think we said space in your reading yesterday, so it's kind of similar themes are coming up. Interesting. Space to make your own decisions. I love that. Sagittarius. Anything else? There could be a darker energy around you as well. Energy or entity, anything else, Sagittarius. Like not close to you. I think this is an external person, honestly. Or that wants to be close to you, or did. Don't be hard on yourself. We already read that. This could be somebody who's trying to make you shut up too, right? They're a male mean girl. So this could be like a man that's very insecure and acts like a feminine, like a catty feminine. They might have like not good feminine energy in themselves. They don't connect with Venus or their own Venus sign or their own moon sign or their emotions or anything like that. So it comes out in really weird ways. They didn't deserve to even be around you. So this is somebody who's not even on your level, likely. They never prioritize you. They don't have room for you in their life. So this could be somebody that's very selfish, that just wants you to be kind of on the back burner whenever they need you. Say no to the wrong resonances. So there is a need to like tune into the right frequencies in the radio, right? What are you willing to sacrifice for long term? So there could be a need to like make sure that you're focused on those long-term goals. This person could throw you off something, so it could be important to always put those on the first priority, and then if they can't even, if you don't have time for them, you don't have time for them, and that's a good thing. The squeaky wheel gets the oil, so maybe talking about things that you need help with can help. I heard this great story about Robert Pattinson, who had a stalker, right, and he took him out to dinner, right, and he just complained about his life, and the stalker went away. So if you have somebody that's possessed, jealous, obsessed with you, harmful to you in any way, negative resonance, right? Maybe you need to like, okay, if you want to be in my life, I have a lot of these other things that you can help me with, and put them to work, right? And if we have improve your posture here, so maybe like the way you stand, or the way that you're walking around, or the way that you're interacting with the world, or maybe just improving your physical body could be important as well. Let's see. Don't be persuaded down the wrong path. Interesting. So somebody's trying to mislead you to maybe like put yourself in a trap or get yourself caught up in something, right? So make sure, yeah, me, myself, and I, G easy. So maybe focusing on yourself is what we're going to need to focus on, right? We have the Hermit here, right? So that's all about taking time out for yourself. 22 here. So this could be a Taurus. This could be a Cancer. Um, 22 can be an important number. There could be two people here. Cock blocking your blessings. This person is trying to come between you and your money, is what they're trying to do, because 2-2 here is about money and real estate. So something about your money or self-esteem. This person is trying to degrade. This person might be projecting their own kind of energy onto you. Whatever, right? You don't want to get caught up in their karma. So, all right. Any last advice for Sagittarius energies? Oh, sorry. Washer at the ford. I think there's something definitely about cleansing here, like maybe cleaning, bathing. You can see how she's out in nature, taking time out in nature. Pay attention to the weather around you. That can also be an important sign and symbol of the vibes, right? Because certain transits impact, like for example, when the moon's in Capricorn, we tend to get colder weather, right? Because Capricorn is about winter, right? So, washer at the ford, loss, sadness, and heartache. Interesting. The Van or washer at the ford, is a fairy spirit of Celtic folklore. She sits by the loch or river washing a plaid or tartan or bed sheets. Maybe you're doing laundry. The omen is a garment, so if she washed the tartan to clean it, it was a good sign. But if she washed blood from it, this foretold death in that clan. So maybe there is a death or like a metaphorical death. We got the death card right in your reading already. So this could be hidden to you as well. This could be something that's fading out of your life. This could be somebody egotistical. This could be a Scorpio energy. Let's see. If she was washing bed sheets, it signified a death in childbirth, either mother or barren, or sometimes both. So maybe that do need to be careful if you do ever, if you are a mother, if this person wants to become a mother, to be careful. Do not do it. Right. This card foretells a time of sorrow soon to come. This might not be your own personal heartache, but it could indicate a friend or family member in need. This card denotes something that will take an emotional toll on you. It could mean that the loss of some kind is coming, be it a bereavement, a job loss, or the end of a relationship, something on the horizon. So whatever's happening is divine timing. I think this is more about a relationship. I'm getting more relationship vibes. Sometimes, and that could be lucky, like if you didn't have this relationship in your life, this energy would manifest in a different way in your career or whatever. So it's good that you do have an outlet for it. Something is on the horizon that causes a few tears. So prepare yourself as best you can. Yeah, just get grounded in yourself. Also know that this is just energy that I'm reading at the present moment. But of course, I mean, I'm not saying it's what I'm saying isn't true. It is probably. But take heart, for the Ban Nig is also a granter of wishes to those who have faced her without fear in their heart. So this could be a Kali, this could be a Lakshmi, this could be just kind of, like things that have to leave and be cleansed for the greater good. And that's why those goddesses are associated with such big wealth, because when you can actually shed things, you come into more wealth and wisdom and space for new things. Big focus on space, the void, right? The void calls in. The void is a vacuum, right? So wish for the strength to overcome whatever sorrow lies ahead. So get your strength growing, build it, build it, build it, pour into yourself, become stronger, and just be so focused on your own light that nothing could, you're going to shift reality just by doing that. And support those who suffer in their hour of need, to overcome whatever sorrow lies ahead, and to support those who suffer in their hour of need. Give thanks for the warning. Be glad that you have been given time to prepare. This could be about career. This could be about a Sagittarius as well, page 109. So interesting energies. Let's see if we have any last messages. Sagittarius energies. Or this just could be like the death of certain style of doing something, right? Like even if something is going to stay in your life, it's going to be different. But if it's not willing to change, then it's going to go, right? Karmic relationships in the reverse. Wow. So you're exiting a karmic relationship is what I want to say. Polarity, soul growth, conflict. Orion. You could be noticing a lot of focus on the Orion constellation, right? Very interesting. Yeah, look into Orion, starseeds, Orion energy could be important as well. Okay. I'm going to pull a last piece of advice for Sagittarius, final piece of advice, please. Oh. Tarantula wanted to show itself yesterday as well. Earthworm came out yesterday. Tarantula, interesting. Anything else? If those were not the cards, Sagittarius. Oh, shoot. Crow, that's crazy. That came out yesterday as well, and it flew all the way down to the ground. That's funny. Okay, we'll read Tarantula today because we didn't do that yesterday. I'm hearing French in my head. Maybe somebody here speaks French. Okay, let's see. What am I thinking? Tarantula. At a crossroads, claiming life's purpose, the tarantula represents a moment when great decisions have to be made. It involves prioritizing your life's deeper purpose or dharma. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream. This could be a past life connection, this could be people that are repeating past life patterns. Yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. In order to find true happiness, you must choose dharma. Until you do, satisfaction is fleeting. The tarantula hovers patient and calm, and we did see Spider come out, like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows you choose wisely. When in balance, it follows intuition. When out of balance, it hesitates or it over intellectualizes. To bring into balance, daily journaling. So making sure you're taking some time out for that, writing, communicating. This could be about gathering information, creativity, creative hobbies. I'm going to end it there. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit like, subscribe. You can get a personal reading using the Buy Me a Coffee link or leave a tip through there. Good luck. Take care.